Hey guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another game of Total Warhammer 3. Here we are in the Sayl of the Faithless campaign again. Our army's pretty beat up. We're fighting a 2-stack. We're here in our defending mode. We fought several dudes last turn, which is why we're so beat up. And now we're just going to get to it. So how our army works is we just try to hold everyone apart and then bash them with our hero core, which regenerates. Is it, like, interesting? It's fun. We do have Vanguard deployment for the whole army against Cathay, right? So we could... No, we could not. Go back here. What we'll probably do... Alright, yeah, so they're going to be coming out of the forest here, but if we just... It's like, is there anywhere to hide the army? Not there, that won't do. We could try to just hang out in the forest and see if that works. We'll just move these dudes over like there, since they can't hide. He can't hide in the forest either. There we go. They're like kind of sort of hidden. Not really. Please get hidden. There we go. No, there we don't go. There we go. See, the thing is when we engage here, it's going to get like very sketchy very quick. But, so we have... What we have is 3 minutes to bash them before the other ones wake up and get here. And we've got to make it count. Because the thing is they can't see our army here, I think. But they'll know that the rest of us are here, and if they try to go against our flyers with theirs, we'll try to go over here and get support. But ideally, we'll just keep our chimeras out of the fight, because they're already super beat up. They're wonderful monsters, and I love them. They're very special boys, but we've got to try to keep this together. Alright, so on their force, there's only one really dangerous thing. That's the Iron Hero Gunners and the Graces of Chion? Maybe they're not here. Maybe they're in the other army. But the good news is that they don't have, like, any true AP solutions, right? And that is what you have to have if you're dealing with this blob. This blob is full of terrors. This blob will get everything in the world done. There they are. No, those are the bandits of the Silver Road. There they are not. We're just gonna drop a sick Night Maw there. Because, yeah, they still have not engaged. We got a minute and a half. We're gonna be able to do great work here while we're fighting. The thing about this blob fight is I am totally confident to just sit still in it. I don't even know what's happening. But I know because of their army composition that we're fine. We just need to make sure the Iron Hail Gunners aren't getting to shoot. But I think we did enough of a schwammering there. I mean, like, look at that. Look at them all melt. What can men do against such reckless hate? Go out and meet them? No, that ain't gonna work. Get on these Celestial Dragon crossbows. There they are. They weren't the ROR, but they are here. Alright, and then we're just gonna drop this here. And here you see the beauty of a blob that just gets more power while they're fighting than they can do against us. It's beautiful. It is absolutely everything you could dream of. This campaign does not fight fair. We're chaos, you know. Fighting fair, that's for chumps. All right, their army is getting here right now. 20 seconds. All right, that is okay. Cause look at how non-sport it is. Hey, Chong. Corruption really makes you back off. Yeah, yep, that can be a problem. So ways to manage that, you know, it just depends on who you're fighting, right? But usually any corruption at all, because it can mess with your regeneration, is really problematic. But there are stances that let you basically regen anywhere you're at. They usually have a movement penalty, but some factions get one that doesn't have one. That can really help. Alright, they're here. Do they see us yet? That's the problem. Alright, they do. Alright, now we've got to get over here to brawl, right? We'll leave just the mammoth over here to fight. And now it's time for the second phase. Alright, so Great Moonbird is here. That is not good. What we're going to do here, right, is an overcasted final transmutation on the blob. And hopefully this is going to do a lot, right? When it hits, hopefully it's going to hit, like, all of them a little bit too early, and we actually don't get nearly as much as we could have got. We need to get away from there. He does take a little damage when he casts. We just want to get that Moonbird popped, right? Alright, it looks like none of our hero core got out. They all got embroiled. That's the thing, right? Even if you're winning, and we are winning, you know, we're going to be taking a lot of losses over here, but it could be okay, because we've got... Their cavalry is not like the ideal cavalry for this purpose, right? And so, too, we're in a forest, which is really going to save a lot of us from their artillery. It's going to be very nice indeed. All right, we're just going to move forward here. Blunderbuss is firing in the forest, at the forest, still is fine, right? We knock off them. And as long as we're in this blob fight here, see, we're safe, right? We're totally safe here. No one can hurt us. But it looks like we are cleaning them all the way up here. Oh, yeah. Here fighting in the forest, so many of, like, those fire rain rockets do a ton of damage, but look at all of them running into the trees, right? That's the good stuff. We've got them fighting Chaos Warriors. The tree line protects us beautifully against the foe. And here, we're going to drop a massive overcasted final transmutation here. Playing fast and loose with the wisdom of magic. Oh, look at that. That's a lot of damage. But yeah, certain, like, most all corruption is, like, kind of the same in that it just, like, messes with your replenishment when you're in neutral territory. But some of it has, it all has other effects on, like, public order and stuff. Scaven corruption, it's a little different, but, like, a lot of, so, like, they'll get bigger abilities from it. A lot of factions will get, like, special abilities from corruption being around. And here this guy charges in. All right, yeah, it was like, is there any celestial dragon crossbows? One here. All right, the good news is we are still absolutely having a time here, having a ball in this brawl. These crane gunners, oh no, I'm like, what are they shooting at? They are firing at my chimeras that are in the sky hanging out. Well, at least they got the artillery offline. That's what we paid them for, right? That is what we paid them for. Ends up coming across pretty good. You know, a good deployment there saves us a lot of trouble. YouTube has today changed the way that the streaming thing looks. Like, since I, like, took a nap, they changed it up. Pretty annoying. We're going to run to the trees here to get away from these Jade Warrior crossbows. And it looks like they're getting army lost now. Shame. So here you see the power of the Hero Corps, right? We ran all the way into one of their armies, and this is like... This isn't the scariest Cathay army that there can be, but it's about as good as we could expect their stacks to ever get with the damage that we've put onto them and so on. And they just lack the armor piercing. That's what it comes down to. They lack the armor piercing to deal with this monstrous Hero Corps that all regenerates. And, you know, I really hate that for them. That's a shame. Too bad, buddies. At some point, I gotta look at the stack and say, why do we have these units? They're fine, you know, but what are we really getting out of them, right? Well, actually, thousands of gold value out of the blunderbusses. Maybe we just drop the Javi Hunters. But there, we beat the brakes off. But here, they finally take a fight they can win and take the city of Weijin back from us. You know, we have had it before. But this is, you know, this is not as disaster could be, because we have right here put a pin in their ambitions, right? What are they going to do? Use a chaos site, you can spread corruption? Exactly. So, corruption will spread through buildings or through character placement. So that's another way you can deal with corruption, although it's often not efficient. You could, because of the money involved, there are certain heroes that work against corruption. The higher level they get, they'll be there. So you can sort of send them ahead. Or if you're like the vampires or chaos, you can send your heroes ahead to spread corruption in the lands that you want to fight. It's not trespassing when it's a hero. If you don't take an action, you can just be standing in their land. They might try to assassinate your heroes or whatever. There's another like layer of the game going on there. Now what we want to do here is... Oh, great. Satan the Black is here. This is very good, right? Because we want our loyal vassal to get a foothold here. We've been having a lot of trouble with him recently. And, you know, the Grimgor War happened. We abandoned him to Cathay to deal with it. It was rough stuff. You're playing Miao Ying Stormdragon? Yeah, she's awesome. She's got a very good faction. The people that she is up against at the beginning are some of the scariest guys on the whole planet, right? Village the Curseling, the guy that's from over here, the Zinch dude, he is awful. And the corruption does spread. Yeah, you'll have... There are buildings that reduce corruption in your own provinces. Usually you wouldn't build them, but if you're having a lot of problems with it, it might be something you consider. A couple of those buildings around is almost always enough to counteract whatever they're doing. But you'll look around, like you see these guys with the thing. So this guy here, this fist, that's a corruption thing. So in your lands, if you get this guy, that the Gate Master, he'll cleanse corruption, and you can level him up to do it a little better. There are items that'll help out with it, and stuff like that as well, and probably technology. But really, if you're having problems with corruption, what it means is you need to win the fights with the guys that are around, assassinate their heroes, and kick them out of your lands. Because corruption usually, you know, it can be pretty rough. Like right here, so because of this corruption, everywhere they go, if they're not like in a town, instead of healing in their own friendly lands, they get hurt. It's just 1%, but that keeps them from healing, and that is a disaster for them. Because I have this little raiding stance, and I heal anyway, and I'm level 49 already. My goodness, my stars. Oh, Peaches, we just are pretty tough. Fight or die or stand and die? I think we'll go with fight or die. And I'll get the thing to pump the Ettins because I'd regret it if I didn't get it. Yeah, and then the 50th one will go to Mentor. We just go ahead and grab Champions because we might get it someday. Yeah, worth. Feel like playing Chaos more easier now? Yeah, I would say that in general, I would consider it just depends, but in general, I would consider a corruption faction to be easier than a non-corruption faction, especially like vampires and chaos, because the passive effect that you get with the defense of your lands is actually very useful depending on what's going on. But the thing about chaos is it's hard for them to get along with people in what we call order factions, like the dwarves or the elves or the empire often have a lot more people they can be good, strong friends with that are reliable. Because chaos, well, you can trust them as far as you can throw them, right? Ooh, Armor of Destiny? Don't mind if I do. 168 armor there. Just absolute devastating. We dropped the Potion of Full Hardiness for a Potion of Healing, which will increase our battle healing cap, and of course is also a Potion of Healing. And we're going to go ahead and burn some stuff together here real quick. We've just got a whole bunch of items. Fusing items is a path to getting really good stuff. You know, you throw a few of them together, and then you go up, and then here you go. Word save 18. Word save is a thing that says you take this percentage less in damage. It is amazing. We're going to take it here. High ward save is like, that's the bread and butter of a busted group, right? All right, so here we're already... Oh, goodness, we've already got everything. Everything in the whole tree. I'm squinting. Yeah, baby. And at only level 45. This guy will take a little longer. No. Yeah. So, once you get a strong hero core going up, you become just very, very terrifying. It's a whole new world when you have a hero core like mine here. And, honestly, it could have been even worse. Yeah, so like, see here, this is a Shaman Sorcerer. He's got a spread corruption thing, so he already spreads 3, and then you can get him up to spread like 3 more. You get a couple of these in an army, now you're doing like 20 a turn. But yeah, Chaos is easy because Chaos is powerful. Chaos has troops, ground troops called Warriors and Chosen. They're the heavy metal troops of the game, right? They're a thing you can like kind of forget about for a little bit and be confident that no matter what they're fighting, they'll do okay for a while. They also have incredible access to incredibly good magic, really good items. Chaos, of course, in universe is the people that seek power at the expense of being reasonable, right? They sacrifice in order to become, you know, the terrifying people of their dreams. He runs, we catch him. Oh, no, don't let him. Okay, there we go. I'm like, that's outrageous. Don't let him go that far. Just autoing him down. Taking the money, yeah. We got 250 grand, but it's like, at this point... Both of these armies are, like, kind of strong, but not bonkers. What I probably want to do is actually just lean all the way into cartoon power. Take the Fimmer Nobles here. Take like, all the guys and move all of the heroes into the main army. And just go, like, total Hero Hammer Doom stack, right? Which normally I like a balanced army, but we're getting a little late in the campaign, so we can definitely afford to be a little silly now if we want. Here we hit the Snake Gate with an auto, probably. We're going to go over here. We're going to drop the Javelin Hunters. You know, I no longer believe in them. So you can get discounted turns, single turn recruitment on these Chimeras. I actually think these Chimeras are one of the best monsters in the whole game, and I'll tell you why. It's all about this ability right here. You see it on the card. It says immune to flanking. So flanking is a thing where, you know, if they're behind you or in the rear, they attack, and you have much lower melee defense. I think it's 25% of your melee defense. Chimeras, because it got the 3 hits, are immune to flanking. So the normal way you would deal with a big flying monster is to swarm it with smaller flying monsters. Or, if it's on the ground, to swarm it with spears or units around it, and then you bash on it. It's got a big body, and you get around the back, and you get those flanking damages. But they can't get flanked. They've got primary AP, they have poison, big armor, good speed. I think they're great. I actually think, like, an army with just heroes and just chimeras is probably what I would think of as one of the strongest Norsca armies. They're not even that expensive, right? At $255 each. I mean, sure, they're twice as expensive as a Chaos Warrior, but they're not like as expensive as a dragon. I don't know how expensive dragons are. They could be as expensive as a dragon. We hit level 50 on Sayl. Alright, so we just need to level a bit more here. Not level. We need to run around a bit more. There's quests we gotta do. We're still on our first level of abilities, which is super funny, but we can get visibility over all of their regions and armies. Man, his abilities are so good, and I have not been using them at all. Eventually, there's one down here where you can make the target faction declare war on every other faction they know, and they can't do diplomacy for 5 turns about it. That's hysterical. It's not the strongest ability that there is in anything. There's one in Clan Eshin, the Skaven faction of assassins, where you hit a button and you eliminate a rival from the entire map, no matter how big they are. You just dissolve their entire empire, which is pretty cool. Speaking of pretty cool, Plague of the Crow. Plague of the Crow gives regeneration. It is why Norsca is the best. I love regen. I'm not the only one. Everybody knows regen's just the best. After all, what's better than being careful? Being strong. These armies are all fine, right? Yeah, we just need some more Kims in them-ish. This was just too warrior heavy. Where do we find the Kims, though? The spawn? You know, we'll just leave it. If they all die, they all die. This is the part in the campaign where I sort of, like, you can get, like, kind of overwhelmed by the macro level needs, and I'm just like, we're just gonna run forward and hit the foe, you know? This end towards enemy. But I'm hoping, if we can just, and this is the thing in Total War, when you're playing on very hard especially, when you say a sentence like, if no one will declare war on me for 5 turns, they're gonna do it. Of course they are. They're not gonna let you have a little break. They might, but they probably won't. And we're going to Chaos Altar here and recruit a nice little global Chimera. Oh, wow, his army. Why is he paying more for his army? Huh. Oh, because it's, no, it's not a desert. Huh. Why is he paying more for his army? I don't know. Anyway, this fool is like paying a premium for his army. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody's got a bad trait. It's not going to stop me from buying a Chimera. Look, I've got 260 grand. That's so much money that you basically have all the money. And yet, I want more. More is better. More is always better. And yes, there's your Nightly Mean Girls reference. You'll have more Mean Girls references tomorrow, don't worry. I really... Oh, Zatan is, instead of, like, taking Pomei here, he's just, like, going straight to brawl with the foe. And my man gets his mammoth. He's a happy boy now. Sack value 60,000. 50. Wow, wow, wow. And see that is why you don't need to build economy buildings with Norsca. Like what? We do not sow. We're the rich ones. We've got everything down to a science. We're okay. Are my hell cannons back yet? 10 turns. Oh no, it's in this army. This army is a sleeper hit because it has the Iceforge Legion in it. The strongest boys in the world. Feel like I'm overpowered? Oh, I am. I absolutely am. That's the thing. So, just these 5 heroes, I can beat probably any army that's on the map right now. Probably. Now, I wouldn't be able to do that if a person was playing them, but due to you know, game knowledge, for lack of a better way of summing it up, you know, that's like, if you know how to act on the battlefield, you can really force multiply in a lot of ways. And our specific, we have high armor piercing, super high attack, super high armor, regenerating heroes. The only way you can deal with that is incredibly intelligent, precise play that's targeted on solving an individual problem at a time, and the computer can't do that. They can't do it. Our heroes are incredibly strong. They have huge HP pools. You can watch me blunder them into entire army, and that army I run into, they all fall down. I'll be alright. Do we want to take Nangao, though? Yeah, probably. Pretty low there. It'll be alright. Satan is going in here probably to lose his life. I need him to take... Well, actually, we can... Yeah, next turn, we'll, like, grab these lands and trade them to him so that he'll get some lands in there. We could spin up, like, another army, just like a pure Kim army. Is there a reason not to do this? No, there's not a reason not to. Just get, like, a metal caster on, yeah, we'll just get, like, a metal caster for it. Yeah, that's the best possible one, I think. He starts at level 6, which gets us a little bit close to the overcast of our dreams. And here, yeah, we're just gonna what? Just 19 kim him? 400 upkeep, whatever. I mean, what's it gonna do? Cost a lot of money? I'll just go get more. And there we go. So 10 the black raids in, punches him in the face. Because once we get our vassal just a little bit of land here, we're going to be able to really roll over the foe. Boom, we get our bigger casualty replen. Sick. And here we're just going to go ahead and swing up and grab this. So we colonize this, and then we're going to trade him the gate. And he'll give me 30 grand for it, but let him keep the money. We've got enough right now. Plus, I bet he'll buy this one for even more. Oh no, we need to build it up first, and then we'll trade it to him. Here, do we just bust in further? I mean, I think that's smart, right? Yeah, because they're on the back foot here. Miao Ying is trying to move around the rear, but if she goes in here, we just fight her. Yeah, Kunlun is the play. Sack it for 20, because even, you know, like, yeah, it costs, you know, 14,000 a turn. So what? But yes, I am overpowered, and it feels good. You know, that you eventually, if you're me, get bored with being overpowered, but you don't get bored immediately. You know, becoming the strongest champion of chaos is about, like, gazing upon the world and finding it insufficient for your ambitions. It's about seeing anyone who's ever even looked at you wrong on the campaign map and charging in. It's about the mythical very hard or legendary event where you fight 4 armies with your single army, beat them, and then fight 4 more. Which we probably couldn't do with this army, but we could. Depends on the armies. There are some factions where they almost don't have but a unit or 2 in their whole retinue size that's good against us. Like, some places have a bunch of heroes where if they happen to have them, they'd be good. But a lot of places don't. Oh, Zhao Ming. Oh, did they fight Zatan? Oh, they did. He lost. He moved too far forward. Well, we need to... Yeah, we're just going to be trading him all this land, because he's the one we want to have it anyway. Like, here, could we beat all of them? See, here, they're, like, cleansing the corruption, right? They have enough heroes and effects on them that... our previous big corruption, you know, it all went away after just a little while, so that's sort of in action how you deal with it. Now, what we could do here is just push through, be the headache that we want to see in the world, and go, like, right here. And leave Jingpo? Yeah. Dread Moz get... Wow, look at these stats. 60 melee defense? Wow. They're a cool unit. I don't have the micro to use them properly, but they're still very cool. Alright, here... The Skinwolves come with regen, right? That's part of the part and parcel of them.
Despoil and ravage. Slaughter the sheep. Tribal fury.
Alright, AP for the army, -3 leadership for the local province. Yeah, definitely that. Anything that reduces the leadership of the local province will usually stack, which means if you get enough of it, you can make armies. I've done it before, where they basically will like run away as soon as you show up, and it's very funny. It's not like sporting, right? It feels very much like you're not playing the game, but it's awesome. Alright. A little bit of leveling the guys up. We'll do that again in a few turns. Is Sayl's army good enough to do a quest right now? Oh, you know, we're actually going to hit the marker before too long. What we'll do here is... sack, occupy, and then walk out of it. You walk out of it because otherwise, so if you're inside of a settlement, you get more replenishment and stuff. But if you get besieged, they don't have to attack that turn, and they can turn off your replenishment. Whereas here, you know, if they were going to attack the city, we'd at least be there to help, unless they lightning strike it, which they could do. We won't think about that. And we just need to get him moving a little further towards where he wants to end up. Do we get like a couple of Dread Maws for the army? They could be good, but you know what will be good? All one thing. This is called, in the parlance of the game, a Doom stack. It doesn't have to be all one unit, but it's basically a stack that you make that you think can beat anything that you're going to run into. And then you just run it into the world and say... Wahahaha, you know, that's what it's all about. The stack of doom. And here we go. We get them into where we want to go. Alright, so these armies have 7 Grand Cannons. Now, Grand Cannons can actually hurt our hero core. They probably won't kill it. They would be able to if we sat still the whole time, but we'd notice our HP going down. Zhao Ming, the Iron Dragon. He regenerates, he's a dragon, blah, 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 blah. We're not worried about him at all. I can't believe they all showed up here to get beaten. And that's the great thing when you get an army that punches above its weight class, essentially, right? Because instead of the computer being afraid of you, and not taking the fight, they just run their armies in, and I'm like, hey, look, looks like we get to fight in a target-rich environment. We're gonna hide in the forests, and then on this side, in a mere 30 seconds, we're gonna come out. First things first, we're gonna be the realist. We're gonna charge right in on the Grand Cannons. So if you're all in the forest, the enemy, the computer knows where you are, right? Of course it does, it's a computer. But it's not allowed to cheat. So it has to start searching the forests of the map to find the hidden units, because it knows the units are there. But we're just trying to preserve the lives of these noble marauders of the forest. And then now, we're here. Boom, baby. We're going to put the blunderbusses there. We're going to come in here and here. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got 5 Chimera now. I got 5 Chimera now. That's the, in the jailhouse now, to the tune of 5 Chimera now. So they're, like, all trying to brawl over here, and, like, I don't care. We are taking individual shots from a hero or something. Oh, from the other Sky Lantern. That is actually kind of good against oh, wow, yeah. It does a decent amount of damage. It's got shield breaker and stuff. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to him. We're going to spin a Chimera off to deal with those fools. All right, now. Absolutely massive spell we need to get out, though. See, the Chariot character, unlike everybody else, actually will die. But, I mean, he'd come back. He's immortal, but... Look, it's not perfect, right? Did he turn into a dragon? Oh, this fool. No, he's still a dude. Okay. Because the key here is you need to spin off your monsters to deal with each ranged threat as it arrives. And our sorcerer actually, yeah, gets totally tuned up and beat down. Might die. I mean, he'll be back. The metal sorcerer is an important part of the army, but they don't, like, have to be here for it to work. So these chimeras are way too far forward. Oh, goodness. Okay, yeah. So the thing about chimeras is, unlike the other parts of our army, they are quite vulnerable to getting shot. And we definitely need to get away from their very big archer corps here. Alright, Zhao Ming has made a huge tiny mistake, though. Zhao Ming is on the ground fighting. Ogre Bull's there and there. Oh, yeah, there we go. The Dragon-Blooded Shogun Lord getting absolutely mauled. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. And right now, they're trying to shoot all of their arrows into Sayl, who doesn't care, right? Like, I'm too big, bold, and beautiful for all that. Like, they don't know what they're messing with. Oh, goodness. Well, we're getting Iron Hail Gunned. You know, that's the thing about flyers, though, is... So they'll win a fight, and then something will run, and then they'll go up into the air, and they'll hang out. And boy, oh boy, can that be a problem. But it's alright. We see here the power of our army, because we have just, like, played pretty bad, but we're going to come out of this totally fine. Really, it was pulling our flyers too far forward when we knew they had a massive army, including, like, cannons and stuff, but... And we just need to get all our dudes onto him. Not all of them. We need to get one to fight the Sky Lantern, because, man, is it being a menace. But yeah, we are so overpowered. Even if we lose the Chems, which we might, you know, when you look at the core of the army, which is the heroes, what do you see? You see full HP bars. And we've had quite a brawl. Oh, that's a good charge. Look at that. Rip and tear, baby. Now, of course, we're into the archer lines. Now, Zhao Ming is shattered. Get wrecked. We're going to send one guy on him. Nope. He's already torn. Alright, there's going to be... I'm like, what are we anticipating coming in? There's, cannons? Oh, this dude came back to the fight. Get out of there, buddy. He's the only hero that doesn't regenerate, and man, can you ever tell. You know, he just wants to feel like he's doing well. You're like, imagine being a champion of chaos who can't heal in this army. You look like a wuss. You look like you're not trying. Yeah, that's the good stuff there. These Grenadiers coming in, but we don't have any good targets for them. Just brutal, right? Like, this is... Like, what could they do? There's nothing this army could do to put up a fight here. Because the damage that we did was just by blundering our monsters too early. We could have just run in without them. Yeah, and then now, right on time, their cannons come in, like, while we have our guys charging towards them. That's the thing about artillery. Like, they'll be slow reinforcements, which makes sense, right? The game's got, like, an order that reinforcements come out in. Don't let me lie to you, I don't know what it is, but it does exist. And wow, we're getting shot up a little bit. But, you know, one of the benefits of being here already, not going to be able to shoot us very long. Beautiful. And they are army lossing right now? I think so. Yep. Get wrecked. Beautiful. I am overpowered. Been working night? Is Mr. Nighttime? Oh, well, I'm a line cook at a steakhouse, so my normal shift is like, you know, afternoon through the night. It just depends, you know, like, I'll stream in the mornings on a lot of days. Like, today was my day off. I streamed, you know, early morning for a couple hours. I played Darkest Dungeon, and then I took a nap, and then Summoning Salt, the YouTuber who I adore his work. He doesn't know who I am. He's... If you haven't heard of him, he's like a speedrun documentarian, and he's also like one of the finest Mike Tyson's Punch-Out players to ever play. And he recently made a huge video, like today he made it, I think, about the Punch-Out Mike Tyson 2 world record on the Tyson fight. And of course, he is like the champion of it. So it was very cool to see like his style, you know, and he gets to, like, you know, talk about himself and his own great accomplishments. So that was another thing that kept me from streaming a little bit more than I would have today, because it was like an hour and 40 minutes, and I was not putting it down. Oh! Alright, so one Cathay faction confederates the other. It happens. And now Miao Ying works for the brother. Like, what's this guy doing here? Yeah, I'd say, like, in general, like, nighttime is my regular streaming time. Nighttime for me, Central Standard Time. Or Central Daylight Time? I don't know. I think it's standard again. Of course, the camera settings have reverted again because this game is trash and can't remember your settings. And now we're going to start raising some stuff here in the middle just to be frustrating for him, basically. It's not good for money, but we do need to, you know, get it done somewhere. I'm hoping this army... I'm hoping the Chimeras do well in auto-resolve. No, I think it'll be a fine army. Against Cathay, you know, with a lot of archers, it'll be, like, not as devastating as it could be, but it should still be very good.
I am no one's slave.
It wasn't really clear where the best place to run around was going to be to hit these foes. Can I get them too? Yes. Perfect. And these are the remains of the armies that we previously beat and were bugged. There we go.
What now? No dawdling.
My loyalty lies with another.
Alright, we can do this fight right now. Yeah. This is a quest fight. Wizards of the Empire, no matter what they have. Like what? Oh, a tank? A Luminarch? Luminarch could be scary. Alright, let's do the quest battle. This is the first, like, quest battle for your faction. You're supposed to do this early. You're not supposed to do this when you're already level 50. And we're just being all the way back here, basically. To protect our troops there from it.
They name me faithless, but do not dismay. I trust in your skill and in our victory.
Alright, we actually want to get on the Luminarch immediately. It does like 2,000 damage. It's really hard to shoot with. Luminarch of Hayash is like a real funny sort of thing. Knights of the Everlasting Light. So I thought they were Blazing Sun, but they aren't. That's good. Oh yeah, and he gets a massive charge in there. Beautiful. Luminar gets totally trucked down already. And the Mammoth is, of course, already just destroying. So the thing about Mammoths is they're supposed to be anti-infantry monsters, right? But in practice, what they do is run over everybody. Look at that. Oh yeah, there's the good stuff. Tank is taking shots at the Mammoth. That's not ideal. Not the end of the world. Not ideal. Because what we're going to do is be able to cast a couple... Wow, that Wind Blast got the value, huh? And this is going to be the Vortex of the Frost Dragon. It is going to demolish this. This Vortex of the Frost Dragon is so good for clearing out infantry blobs. Alright, and yeah, Bjorg is on the tank now, so that means the tank is not going to live long. Of course, yes, there are tanks. And what do they look like? They look amazing. I look at them. They got their little steam thing. Bjorg's just beating them down, trying to run away. That ain't going to get you anywhere. This dude was level 31, not really doing much for him. I'm not sure where his skills are at. And we're going to execute the tank pretty soon. It's going to be within execute range, which is just a free 1,000 damage or so. What a good ability. Oh, the Luminarch's right there. We didn't take it out. Please get back on it. Alright, there's the tank taken care of. I'm like, it's like, you do a quest battle at this point. Modern tank, exactly. Dude, the steam tanks are awesome. There's Elspeth is her name, Elspeth von Draken. She's an Empire wizard. She's one of the most busted campaigns. She rides a dragon. She has amazing magic, and she also has like the Nuln Gunnery School, it's called, so she can like boost the power of all of these things. There's also things called land ships. So a land ship looks like a boat, but they put wheels on it. And I had to pause because it's like really funny, and I was afraid that I would start laughing too much. We gotta focus. We're in a battle here. Battle for our lives. Well, I mean, not our lives. A battle for the lives of these fools. These are flagellants. These are unbreakable religious zealots of the cult of Sigmar. Or a different cult, but usually Sigmar. I think they're all Sigmar. And the Chimera descend upon this wizard. Oh, they've sent a Manticore with a summon. You know what's real good against a Manticore? Couple of blunderbusses sitting behind. Watch as it falls down. That is why we bring blunderbusses, right? That is why they're in the group. But yeah, just see, the real modern tank is me on this mammoth. These creatures of you know, steel and steam, they were never gonna have what it takes. And then we've just got to take care of these guys because they're unbreakable. Oh no, it's this last dude on the battlefield, part of the quest. Alright, there we go. Went how all the battles went. 600 kills on the big guy and everybody else doing their part. Alright, there we go. We unlocked tier 2 manipulation. Oh. Okay, yeah, so now we get access to the big guys. I don't know if that... Yeah, anyway. We, Is he with us already? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this guy... This guy's an Exalted Great Unclean One. That's a Greater Demon of Nurgle. This guy's abilities are bonkers. They're the greatest lord traits in the game that I've ever heard of. Horrible Regeneration is regeneration that brings you back from the dead once you're healed, including for, like, just regular units. This dude will make your Chaos Warriors come back from the dead and get half of their HP from it. And then also, 30% hit points for all my characters? All of them, like, everywhere? In conclusion, this guy doesn't get his chimeras anymore. So you can replace a lord here. Like, do we just push one of them out of their army and give him one of their armies? No, we'll just give him this army. Although I kind of want to see it work in one like that. Ah, tricky, tricky, tricky. Yeah, it'd be cooler in a real army. And we can give him another army later anyway. So boom, Greater Unclean One. Now he's in charge. So they're casters. They also have Nurgle Magic, right? Which gives you big healing. Rancid Visitations, which is like an AoE damage spell. Great. He starts out... I thought he said he was level 26. He's level 2. But, so they have 18,000 hit points. Anyway, worth it. But they do get the tree for Norsca, so excellent stuff.
What a wonderful gift.
Yeah, and this army now is, like, pretty funny. He should be immortal already. Yeah, he is. All right. Oh, man. Okay, so this guy also gets, like, a Mortis Engine, Exalted Greater Unclean ones are pretty cool, and he's like a special one. Very exciting. Does he get the stance? He does. Awesome. Alright, good stuff. Clearly we were supposed to... Wow, okay. What? I didn't even look at these. You can disable recruitment for the target faction. You can give instant recruitment. And here, you can make an army not be able to move. Yeah, let's do it here, right? Now they won't be able to move for 2 turns, so... Oh, man, that's so good. Man, that's good. We're locking her down, so you have an opponent that's, you know, trying to get away or whatever. Bam. Lock them down. Or, you know, you need to run away. Anything. Man, these abilities are so good. I've been doing such a one-dimensional thing. Well, at least we did a couple of hunts. But... Yeah, I'm like, do we want to try to do any more of them? We could try with Bothfar. He could be the hunter with his 8k cost army.
My done.
True savages.
My will does not bend.
Follow me. You have no better option.
Okay, so we can already... We can do this, and then... Oh, right, that'll make the Chaos Warrior things go better. And we'll get weapon strength for all of our armies, which is, like, pretty funny. But yeah, we've already got our 10 altars, so I guess we'll do that next turn? Yeah. Assuming we keep all of them. Oh, no. There's just so many Cathay armies, right? Like... Just so freaking many of them.
My feet sores ache so.
A certainty. The tribe consents.
Oh, goodness. Oh, they got Gotrek and Felix here? I don't want to fight this inside here.
Norsca. I submit.
I'm actually kind of afraid of that. Oh, it's just Gotrek. No Felix. Very sad. Alright, so we can get to Sin Yao. First, this will give us a little bit more movement due to various effects. And that will allow us to catch Miao Ying with 5% left. Perfect. We've already fought her before. We're going to fight her again because it's fun. Yeah, because it's fun. I mean, like... Look, I just like... I like being overpowered. That's what it comes down to. The fact that there's literally nothing that their army can do against me doesn't bother me at all. I think it makes me more sportsmanlike, actually. Oh, they slowed me down, eh? Well, you know, that actually was pretty good. It's a good move. But it won't be enough. Oh my goodness. No, you're joking. That Nurgle dude does 30% character HP for your entire faction, not just his army. Sayl now has 17,000. I was wondering what did the HP damage to our troops. The thing about regeneration, too. Regeneration is based on your max HP per tick. So it is actually kind of hilariously great for this to be happening. And that explains where the HP damage that our characters took was from. It was from gaining 30% of their hit points. And here, the Fire Rain Rocket is actually, like, it's awesome. We're glad it's here. It's going to hurt them a lot. It's going to hurt us only a little bit. Because it's explosive damage, right? And we're going to send Bjorg at the dragon, and she's going to fall down and die. Because Bjorg gets it done, right? Like, it's such a cool-looking game. What other real-time strategy can you play where this is what happens? Oh, it's just so awesome. It's just so awesome. I like Miao Ying's dragon mustache. It's good stuff. But she's going to get popped. Oh, yeah, there's the charge. There's one hit. Where's number 2? And then she's going to get execute. Oh, no, she's in the air. That's the funny thing about air creatures, though. You can think you're fighting them, and then you're not. Wow, run away, run away. Flank attack here, and then just keep pushing through. Good, good, good. And then a big old overcast final transmutation on this brick. Blunderbuss here, and then just open them up here, here. There, there. Good, good, good. Is Miao Ying still fighting? Nah, nah, she running. She running now. Now, I know the game says Miao Ying is like a beginner campaign. That mark has been there since the game came out. There's a lot of guys, big bad guys in her neighborhood that weren't in the game when the game released. So it's a whole different dynamic to be trying to hold the Bastion. And then, like, they have, like, constant armies coming. Yeah, they have, like, constant armies coming to her. It's really, like, I think Cathay is a tough campaign. I haven't done either of those Dragon Siblings, not in ages. I did Yonbo, who is a DLC campaign. He has a dual start. He also starts in Warhammer South America. Yeah. Yeah, Cathay is a good beginner campaign because it shows you, you know, here's some good casters, you got a good economy, you've got, like, campaign mechanics to deal with, but you have very, very difficult opponents. And for a beginner player, too, like, Chaos is the hardest stuff to fight because they have infantry that's better than yours. And they have cavalry that might be better than yours. They have monsters and heroes and stuff. So you have to, like, know how to play against them, basically, which only comes with time, you know. Using magic properly, leveraging your abilities well, figuring out, like, how to cycle charge, how to get the most out of cavalry, when not to take cavalry at all, how to take and defend artillery, how to leverage artillery into making opponents go into bad situations. Like, Cathay's got all of that. They've got the coolest roster. For my money, it's so cool. They look amazing. They've got super, super awesome stuff. But I don't really agree with calling them a beginner faction. Alright, can we teleport to this next battle? Yeah. Alright, so here we'll fight this army. No idea what they've got. Some dragons. Sisters of Avalorn are bad news. Okay, so these are AP missiles that do magic damage. I have a 53% ward save on Sayl. Alright, I'm not actually so worried about the Sisters of Avalorn anymore. We'll be alright. But the early Total War campaigns, man, when I tell you that I must have lost 15 campaigns of Total War Warhammer 1 before I got anything done, it's just it's tough. It's there's a lot of systems to get used to, but and it's a kind of annoying to chalk it all up to like learning experiences too, depending on how, you know, how it's feeling to play. We're gonna do this army just like the other one, right? Just keep our guys hanging out, hidden there. Big monsters in the back. Charge in the front. Fight whenever we have to. So dragons do big AP damage and stuff. I'm not worried. I'm not. I've got no respect, right? Absolutely zero RESPECT for these elves. It's a bit of a meme in the community that you're not supposed to respect the elves. We bash the Star Dragon here because if they want to fly in. Like, I don't think they do, right? Because these blunderbusses, they don't know they're here. Actually, yeah, we gotta get Sayl out of there, I think. Because I think the sisters, he's a really big target. We don't have to worry about our smaller dudes with the sisters. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get him out back here. Like, he's not gonna die, but he will take a cool 1,000 or so damage. And then blunderbusses do wonderful work there and there. Alright, we're just gonna leave them in there and figure they'll be fine. They will. Should have had the skin wolves on this dragon. Because here, we're in the forest, and, like, we're getting shot up by the Sisters of Avalorn, which is very bad. It's so bad, but... But now all these flyers are toast. Because the thing about a lot of these high elves is they, these Leather and Seaguard, they have spears in addition to having shields and bows, so it could be really annoying to deal with them with an army like this with a bunch of large guys. But our army isn't really a bunch of large guys; it's a bunch of large tanks, and you know we'll just push through these fools, and then get linked up with the rest of the army. Because our Chaos Warriors do march up very well against them. To the extent that we have any Chaos Warriors left. But we do. We're healing up just fine. This was definitely a more challenging battle than that first one. But of course, they have a lot better tools against our tools here. Alright, and what do they have here? Oh boy, a bunch of chariots. Not good. Not good. Gotta get on these sisters. The good news is the Hero Corps has cracked the back position, and they are all shattered or wishing they were. Which means these chariots, yeah, that's not so bad, right? What do they do? Some damage over time, maybe a lot. Whatever, get wrecked, right? They'll be fine. We'll be okay. The real terror of a chariot is in cycle charging, which usually you don't have to think that the computer is going to do to you too well. Although, man, have I sometimes just lost my whole shirt to a chariot charge. But normally it's in the hands of a person that chariots are the real terror. There we go. And they are shattered off. We just need to defeat this guy who's unbreakable. Got it. I'm like, how are they not running? Because they are the quest mob. Anyway, that's how you know you did good. Because I think if you just beat the sorcerers, you win. That's just a lot of quests. Which is like, if you can just body the whole army, bonk, 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 then you don't have to worry about the quest. Which was the quest for the staff, right? They had such a big Cathay army that maybe our army now could do it. Back then it couldn't. I'm like, how? Oh, because the crew's not around. I'm like, is there anyone else? No? Come on now. There we go. Beautiful. Is my stream on fire? No. Huh. What on earth? That's so weird. Alright, and there we go. We can get a tier 3 dilemma, so we're moving along towards our victory conditions, right? Which, oh, we already... Oh, we need to do another unique manipulation to get the short victory. I see. Oh. Why did I not read all of these? That's so cool. Summon a greater demon in the target force by sacrificing a marauder infantry unit? Like, what? There we go. We sacrificed one of our guys. It was one of the bearmen, and we get a bloodthirster. Also, this gets me very amped because the ability to get a bunch of greater demons is pretty fun. Short victory achieved. +3 recruit rank for all units. Good, good, good. All right, yeah, there we go. We win. Now, this isn't the long victory, and I don't think we're going to stop the campaign, you know, forever, but what a beatdown. What an absolute shellacking we can do. I think at this point, because it's like you want to, like, solidify your holds, but I guess, like, we could just, like, push out, right? We can just start bashing more because we need... You know, we need more. You know, just say whatever to our hold up there. But no, you can't do that because you might need to recruit again. I mean, you won't. We could just take this opportunity to trade all the heroes to Sayl's army for, like, just a cartoonishly overpowered thing. Alright, so... Okay, we gotta do 26 more settlement sackings, 6 more unique manipulations, and that'll unlock the final battle. Well, seems like some busy work, doesn't it? An army of Norscans are gonna try to fight me? Yeah, okay. Let's go, buddy. Where you at? Where you at? We outside right now. I'm so excited for this army. Man, you know, this dude's bonkers. It's just... it's so good. What a great model, too. The Nurgle demons look amazing, and the Great Unclean One is no exception to that. Like, just absolutely grotesque. You can look at him and tell that the guy he works for is not as nice as he could be. Alright, so to get to that one, we've got to get 8 more altars.
Chieftain of the tribe.
10 grand. You want to pay me for peace? Zhao Ming, I'm disappointed in you. I thought you were a gentleman. Peace. We shall have peace. When the last of Cathay has been banished from the lands of Cathay, we'll have peace with Cathay once they're gone. And these fools run up. Yeah, come get some. What?
I would never betray Cathay.
Oh, someone... I was like, one of our nobles got wounded. It was in this army and he got wounded by a hero action. Devastating.
I serve only the dragons.
Great shame, sorcerer. Who will have my favor? Join me.
I serve only the dragons.
Yeah, I'm like, we're just gonna push forward there, right? We're gonna have like an army to play whack-a-mole here in the north, but the other ones we're gonna brawl. We need to push through. We need to burn this city to the ground, right? We're at negative 14 now, which again is fine. We've got 300,000. It's a cartoonish amount of money. We could just get another army or 2 armies, but I kind of don't want to go much more negative than negative 15. Feels like a big number.
I submit. Understood. Tremble.
We need only Emperor's land.
Slaughter the sheep. The eagle guides me.
Yeah, our poor Chaos Dwarf ally, you know, he's never been able to put the pieces back together. Vassal ally. Alliance implies that he has a choice. He works for us. Sure, he thinks he chose to work for us, but, you know, sure. And we're going to get 10% more hit points for all the characters, which is going to be, you guessed it, incredibly funny. Sack it for 47. Brutal.
Pestilent punishment awaits.
gotta read all these abilities, man. What else is there? The target army's lord and heroes are wounded. The lord is replaced by a powerful great shaman sorcerer. The army becomes a rebel force targeting the faction it spawned from. What? Target solid. You could just raise something by pointing at it, and for 10 turns they can't recolonize it. Enables attrition regardless of immunities. Negative 100% ammunition. Just imagine for a second, you see an army full of the scariest archers and shooters that are out there. A Chaos Dwarf army, blunderbusses, fire glaives, dreadquake mortars. And you just click this on them, and now they don't get to shoot anything. That's crazy. But we do need to... Yeah, so we could just... Yeah, here. For the whole faction, we can make them not be able to recruit for a couple of turns. That's good. Man, all these effects are really good. You know, if I would have gotten them earlier in the campaign, we really could have leveraged them into something special, huh? Here we get an overcast, we get a double Rancid Visitations. That's all we're going to do. Normally you would get this spell. It's called Fleshy Abundance. It heals a ton. When you overcast it, you can heal 4 people for an absolute ton. He, however, has this ability to give the whole army regeneration, so we're not going to worry about it. Yeah. What do we get? We get... Yeah, we'll just... Because we can transition his army into, like, a Champions of Norsca thing. If we want to. Alright, so both of them hit level 50. Good, good, good. Absolutely monstrous. This is... you know, it's good to be sportsmanlike, but it's better to be strong. Look at that, a bloodthirster in a Norsca army. Wow. I need to get it in the Greater Unclean One army. Man, that would make Khorne mad. But some regeneration wouldn't go amiss. No, it would not. Because the thing is he may not be better than Chimeras. We're gonna run him because I mean, he's a bloodthirster. He's got a charm all his own, right? 35 bonus versus large. Flaming attacks, you know. Well, the Kim's got flaming attacks, too. He's barely better than they are. He may not be any better than they are. We're going to take him anyway. Because it's classy. Do you want to do another manip? Ooh, okay, so this, even if you, before you can raise everything, you can cause wall breaches 50% damage to the garrison. That's something. Yeah, alright, so we keep on doing this and then more enemies come out, so we're gonna... Yeah, come get some, you know. Want some, get some. Bad enough, take some. That's what we say. This dude loses another hero. This dude loses another hero. Man, the assassinations are taking their toll. But, you know, they shouldn't feel too smart about it. Every hero they take out, we can replace with a Chimera. It will take several turns to run the heroes back down, though. Pretty annoying stuff. You know, maybe Maybe they won't want to do it. Maybe we'll, Decent. You love having a building with a million effects on it. If you're me, you do. Alright, so this little fool army of Khorne is here. What's he gonna do? Come up and fight? Yeah. Come and fight, come and die. Dogs of abomination. But that thing that we did that stopped them from recruiting for a couple turns, that might actually buy us a little bit of time, right? And then we'll pop Jiju here. Oh, well, he doesn't get that movement, does he? No, because that's a Khorne thing, isn't it? Yeah. We just get it on sale because we've got something that gives it to him. What is it? Just an ability in the tree? No, it's Bjorg. That's right, it's Bjorg who has Thrill of Battle. Yeah. Which is so good. Because with that, you can do a sack and then move into your camp to support it here. We're just gonna... Oh. Well, actually, it won't be too good here against this army. It is a whole lot of flying Celestial Lions. That's funny stuff. Actually, will match up pretty well against a lot of our troops. Not that well. Do we just auto it? I mean, we've been fighting Mao Ying. Yeah. We fought her a couple times already. It wouldn't have been, like, tricky. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't. I was not afraid of her. I'm not afraid of anyone on this map. There's not a single army that's on this map that I wouldn't brawl with Sayl's army right here. Nobody. There might be a Chaos Dwarf army that would make me miserable and lose, like, my infantry, but there ain't anything that's getting through that. 10,000 hit points on my man Bjorg. That is hardcore. Like, what do we do here? We're eventually going to have ogre problems, right? They're going to be on us soon enough, but not immediately. They're there. They're marked with little things if you haven't used them yet. No, they're marked with little things to tell you what tier they are. We'll just use this thing because we don't know what it does. Alright, and then we'll do that there. That'll give us a little progress on our thing. So yeah, we just have to do one more unique manipulation for that. Not that we don't need to keep on doing stuff, because, like, first of all, to get to the final battle, we have to get 30 altars, which actually might be a little annoying over here. No, we'll find a way to do it.
I heed
Norsca, Norsca, Norsca. Man, this campaign is busted. They've put out some real shiny things in the last while. Between Tamarkan and this is not. Should I put this in the same class as Tamarkan? Maybe it's the ease with which you can get devastatingly strong heroes actually reminds me a lot of Tamarkan, but Tamarkan's special, right? He's a very special boy, but these guys aren't. These guys are no slouches.
Conduit for the beyond.
Because we'll just come out here, right? Like, what are they going to do about it? This is an army with 19 chems. And an overcast final transmutation. It might even be good. We'll see. We'll just grab Tar here, and then same old, right? We're just gonna drop a ton of money on chems. Because really, I mean, what is it? 40,000? So what? Who cares? Not me. We make more than that when we sack one place, right? That'll put us to negative like 25k, which is a clock on our money, but not a bad one. Oh yeah, and that dude's still trying to chase me, so he's just gonna, like, be running after me, which is fine, you know. Main threat, not Kreeth. But they're not... I guess he has to choose one. Maybe across the ocean they're doing very well for themselves. After all, my strength is immense, but my reach is small. Oh. Oh, because the treacheries are here, so we can build stuff. That's what that thing did. Got it. And we can give ourselves big replenishment and can spread the treachery to all neighboring regions controlled by the previous someone. Oh, that's cool. We're not going to do any of it, but that's really cool. I guess it's free to do these things. Oh! And then there's more. Vanguard, mess with their stuff. Fun. And we give him attrition, and we remove all of his ammo. He's got some boosted ammo abilities, which leaves him with 2. You know, it wouldn't be the worst thing to his army, but it'll certainly stop us from having to worry about getting shot. Not that this guy has to worry over much, but it takes the army that's around that could have feasibly shot the 19 chimeras, 18 chimeras and 1 frost dragon, and sort of turned it on its head. Beautiful. What a fun campaign. Look, I don't like fighting fair. I'm like anybody else. I want to win. Like, if I'm gonna give them the old 1, 2, 3, I wanna know they're gonna fall down at the end, right? We sort of fell off on the monster hunts, but what a shambles? Yeah, baby. I do declare peace with you. The ogres, we don't need to worry about them over much, you know. We could even bribe them into friendliness eventually, or turn the corner and give them a bash, but Cathay is what we're worried about right now. At least now, the Confederation of Miao Ying by old Chamin, like, it's so good. And that, yeah, that thing really hurt him. Oh boy, did it ever. And here we're gonna go crack in this, take that, raise the altar. These abilities were what I needed, right? They were the missing piece into how to deal with the foe. Because now, you know, in just a couple of turns, these are gonna come off. Well, no, some of these have very long cooldowns, huh? But yeah, you know, a couple handfuls of turns, getting to mess with their movement and all of that. Just very, very good stuff. Oh no, 3 is what unlocks the battle? I don't know what leads to the battle. It's okay. We'll work it out. We are getting closer. Yeah, we only need to get 16 more raisings of settlements. So maybe when we do that, we unlock the battle? I'm not sure. We might unlock the battle from doing this, but it doesn't say we do, right? The plan of the Slan Mage piece is different. So maybe we do have to get to 30 to get to that. I'm not sure. But this is very good indeed. So the Chaos Dwarves are finally going to be able to deal with this, as long as Grimgor doesn't attack us, which he could. He definitely could.
We're gonna shake hands then, like humans. Yeah.
We get a non-aggression pact with him. He will break it before he attacks us, I think. It's hard to tell with a guy like Grimgor. And by that I mean a very charming and respectable guy.
They cannot steal our unity. Tribesmen, gather! Norsca, enslave the Southerners.
Norsca, Norsca, Norsca. Everything is going so good. And here we just need to... yeah, meet in the middle there. This army will be spooled up in a couple of turns and we can move it down there. Whack-a-mole mode, totally and beautifully engaged. 60k on the sack, baby, and that is why we can afford to get that other silly army. And I think that's the 12th minute. We only need one more altar in order to get the next quest activated, so hopefully we won't lose one overnight. We might, though. If this guy's hunting our army and not trying to take, like, a place, then we'll be able to get it there. Are dragons any better than demons? No. No, I'd call them the same. He wants to pay me 10 grand for peace. Well, I don't want to do that. And Sweet Liu Chan gets mauled. Fights the gate and falls before it. That's the power of the Bastion, baby. Because when we take the east coast of Cathay, right, there's nothing to the east of it. That's the beauty of this corner of the map where we start. You already start out where the north is fine. And there we go. We get this, which gives the Hound's Gaze to all lords, which basically, once we kill some guys, I don't know how many it maxes out at, probably not too many, then we get an aura for weapon damage around us, which is nice. Cooldown's lower for manipulations. Yeah, we'll take it. Do we have any more conquest things? I doubt it. Yeah, we've just been fighting these guys, but man, these, I love passives, and ooh, we need to go up, occupy Drakenhof for a higher battle healing cap. That'd be funny. Tusk, this gives you +3 recruit rate for mammoths. Pretty cool. Of course, that would have made me lose my mind in the past, but now I'm like, you know what might be better than a mammoth? Oh, we tried to assault 3 units. They didn't have any units. That's all right. And this hero came back, which means he can go into this army. The armies don't have to be only Kims. A couple of heroes is fine. You know, for spice. And here, we're going to move like a little bit. And then we're going to teleport to the fight. A lizard man fight. A very rough potential fight. Now, what'll they have? I mean, they could have anything. It's lizard men. Do they have a Dread Saurian? Oh my god, they do. Oh, this is gonna be cinema. Good stuff. Blessed Stegi, Blessed Temple Guards. Oh, we are gonna wreck them. This dude's name is Serpent. That's a sick name. Your mama call you that? Like, you're a Croxagore and your mama named you Serpent. Man, you must have hissed whenever you were a baby. It's alright. He won't be able to do too much against us. Anyway, I'm going to take a short break. And when we return, we'll be back to bash these fools. Anyway, see you guys in a minute or 3. All right. Let's get to it. Yes, the lizardmen are responsible for the ordering of the world, and we will be responsible for the disordering of it. Oh yeah, baby. I wonder who's in charge here. Alright, this is the old Cathay map. We know it, we love it. Look, guys. A bloodthirster of corn. Like, like, isn't it awesome? The corn aesthetic is so cool, and they nailed it. You know, the animations, the wings, the axe. Like, I'd know that was a cornate demon anywhere. You wouldn't have to tell me. All right. And so the Dreadsaurian represents something that actually could hurt us. Will it? No. No, we'll be fine. But it theoretically could. So the good thing about Lizardmen is they have, like, artillery monsters, but they don't have, like, really good shooting besides that. So we're going to take advantage of that by running up the middle and fighting them. You guessed it. You guessed it. You're so smart. 19,000 hit points? Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so you get 30% from the greater demon guy, and then we got like another 10%, I guess, from our thing. So yeah, so Bjork has 12k, 12,000 hit points is so much anyway. But yeah, 19k on a regenerating mammoth, 125 armor, 53 ward save. What can men do against such reckless hate? Or lizards either. I am not afraid of anyone. Wow, actually, that. I'm like, they used magic against me. That's my thing. Alright, we're going to charge in on the Dreadsaurian. On the grounds that it's scary, and we're just going to try to pop it. Oh, yeah, there we go. So, a little bit about the Dreadsaurian. This is what it looks like. Ain't that pretty? Of course, we're going to beat the brakes off. It's normally one of the premier terrifying things in the game, of course, but I also, I'm something of a scary thing in the game myself at this point. The Ancient Steggy's here too, driving a little bit of interference, but yeah, so it's huge. It has, like, as much hit points as my one hero guy does. That's how busted we are. Normally, you'd have to be afraid of an army like this. Normally, you couldn't just run in and say, oh, a Dreadsaurian? I've heard of you. But, you know, the rules are a little different here, right? They are indeed a little bit different, because after all this, you will note, not only are we fine, we haven't taken any damage. That's how strong this blob is. And we only have 4 heroes in the stack. We could very easily have been running like 8 or 9 Femir Nobles. They are very, very easy to get big numbers of. You can get them at like tier 3, so you can get them in minor settlements. We could have had Skinwolf Werekin as well. I'm like, I like a balanced army. And then I end up, you know, being very unbalanced with it. And here we get our Kims diving onto Blessed Croxies and Red-Crested Skinks. These are not like the ideal things. Oh wow, those dudes. I was like 70 physical resist. Oh, that's okay. We we have magic attacks on our Kims. That's right, because they're the best things in the world. Charge the warriors up, and then once our blunderbusses get into position, it's gonna be super rough because they are gonna feast, right? Right, and then we're gonna get a big firing blob here. I'm actually kind of worried about the Etten if it gets locked out by itself there, but it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Because again, these blob fights, it is funny. Like, there's dangerous stuff in here, and it doesn't even phase us. And the Thunderbolt falls from the sky, and Sayl already has 60,000 damage done and about 1 billion value. And these guys, just like everybody else, are going to fall between a rock and a hard place. Scylla and Charybdis in full effect. And the Bloodthirster attempts to run. Come on, buddy. Go hit him. Yes. Yes. Hit the frog. Boom, baby. And a breath. Oh, and another hit. Oh, this is what he's here for. Look, because Slans have lots of hit points, right? But low melee defense. Every single hit is coming in. Look at the chunks. Chunk, chunk, chunk. They're trying to support it. And with the Mighty Fire Breath, I'm like, come on, do we get a matched animation? Probably not. We could. Still a pretty nice hit there. All right. Amazing. While we were not looking, everything was fine. Kind of like I thought it would be. And, you know, it's just, what a time. What a time for the Toad. He gets knocked off of his mobility throne. In the dirt. Absolutely insane how strong this army is. And it's not even optimized. Yeah. Look, I've made some really good armies in this game. I've made some armies that were so good I thought my teeth would hurt. Like, just like all the sugar in the world, right? But even they, after fighting a couple of armies, would be a little beat up. Not so with this. And if we just had like a total hero crew of Fimmer Nobles and Skim with Werekin, I think you could fight 4 armies of anything 10 times in a row. Like, I do not think that the AI would ever be able to dent you. Such is the power of the Fimir Noble. They're extraordinary. AP, anti-large, super high armored, in-tree regeneration, high HP pools, good defense, good attack, good trees, wonderful abilities, accessible at tier 3. Norsca Hero Ball is the realest. I wasn't sure, you know, in the past, the addition to the Fimir Noble, I now think that Norsca is the premier Hero Ball, Hero Hammer race. I don't think that there are any substitutes for it. I am actually blown away by how good these 4 heroes have done. Ooh, Champion of the Hound of the Serpent. This guy's name is Kilgore Slaymaim. I wonder what he does for a living. And then Kahar the Tormentor, which would be Slanesh's thing. I mean, this is much more of a cornate army. Alright, and welcome to the party, Kilgore Slaymaim. He is a legendary champion. He has Gift of the Hound. Oh boy. Oh my god. Here's what Kilgore Slaymaim does. He gives you 20% weapon strength in all characters. You remember what we were already doing? Now we're better at it. Hellblade to the hero's army. So if you get more than 80 kills, more power. Frenzy for the army. We all know Frenzy. We all love Frenzy. Bunch of stuff. 45 armor for the hero's army. And 10 base weapon damage. Now, what a guy. What a guy. We're going to... Alright, so we can give... We can make Hungering Blades better. It's the same effect, I think. It just turns on earlier. It also... It turns on earlier and it gives +5 damage. Well, I think that's worth it, right? Yeah. Paragon of Carnage, which... AoE for that. A little bit of a ward save in there. Yeah, I like the spell resist on the army. That's fine. Alright, what are his abilities do? Movement range and replen for the army. Awesome. 20% movement range after winning battle. Another one of those. 75 income from raiding. That's so good. 10% ward save for the Lord. What? And give her a Furious Glory and Unbreakable. Yeah, this dude is going to make a fine addition to my collection. Welcome to the party, buddy. Well, pour one out for the Marauder Bearmen. These Marauder Bearmen, bearing the flag of the Banner of the Crimson Reapers, have been with us this whole time. But it's time for them to go and become a new hero. Oh, good night, Chung. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry you were having trouble with the corruption, yeah, with Miao Ying and stuff. But yeah, those are some of the ways you can deal with it. I hope you're having a good time with the game and all. Good night. Maybe I'll see you sometime tomorrow. I'm off again, so I'll be around. I'm probably about to end this video soon, actually, and then maybe play some Minecraft here in 30 minutes or so. But wow, what a time it has been. Absolutely bonkers. We got some items for him. Yeah, here's a potion of healing. That'll serve him well. Because he, like, wouldn't have regen, right? Yeah. We could put him in the other army. He would actually go super good with that other guy. On account of how that would give him the regen. But I think... I mean, really, he would be better in that other army. But 45 armor to the Chimeras, he'd be good in any army, right? 45 more armor is nutty. He's, you know, he's a mid-late reward. But definitely feels worth it, huh? Alright, and finally, now, with a ton of bolt throwers, my guy's having a party. How's the town's army? Oh, it's spicy! Oh, that's a spicy meatball there. Iron Demons, Hell Cannons, a ton of Death Shriekers, Fimir Warriors, Mammoth from me. My boy, my boy. T'Challa, the Denied One. Wants a trade agreement. Sure. T'Challa is another new character in this update, in this DLC. I did purchase all of the DLCs of the update. Now they're individualized. Once upon a time, you had to buy it, the block and all of it. But now in what I think is a totally fine change. It lets you buy them individually. Look, we all know Total Warhammer is an expensive game to get everything for. Anything that lessens that is good.
My mind cannot be turned.
Perfect. Caught him. Bonk. Bonk with the good old bell of the god of decay. And here we're hiccuping a little bit. Just a little bit of the game hiccups. There we go. We hot? Nah, we're good. Sometimes I'll just put my hand on my machine over here and see how she's feeling. But it's all fine there.
Journey. Accept it.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah. But we don't actually really run any of those. But this will get us cheaper spell intensity for all characters. That's worth.
Any advantage is worth having.
Despoil. Ravage. I hear you. The crow directs me.
We'll run down there. What do we bring here? Like halberds or something? Yeah. Anything that's likely to run into that part of the crew will be large, and so that'll be good against it. Now, we could have just made it more chems, but, you know. But that would be doing what I said I was gonna. It doesn't even say that you unlock the final battle there. I assume you get the final battle from filling up the bar. I do assume.
Overrun the world.
But here pretty soon, unless Grimgor's annoying, but he shouldn't be. He should be fine, right? He should be just a... Oh, well. That's bad. I mean, it's fine. You know, it's a wasted turn there. But... this fool shows up. I'm like, this has to go on like a Marauder unit. It doesn't say it, but it does. I think it has to be a Marauder unit anyway. And they have just wounded one of my heroes here. That is very annoying. But we'll make it less annoying by taking 50,000 coins.
I triumph where Skull King faltered.
Alter, alter, alter. Oh, and this is a specific one. So you get, when you have landmarks, I guess the camp is different too. So this gives us better shaman sorcerer recruitment. But can we even do them there? No. Well, you know, it's all about the thought. Because while it looks like we've been, like, running in circles, this has been an important and irrelevant circle, right? Because now we've pushed them down very, very far indeed. And their sort of, like, industrial base, right, is really messed up. And they've got other foes beneath them here, or at least other people. Yeah, because now they're down to only 9 settlements, yeah. And interestingly, we might be moving right along on that. Alright, so do we... do that one. Raise a thing. Can we do it to him? Yeah, okay, so you can even do that to a faction leader's army. Mind blown. Alright, so that's, you know, with these sort of like extrajudicial tools, it does seem like these mechanics in the hands of an experienced player who was thinking about them would be very strong indeed. You know, they're lucky that I am not that guy. But I imagine this greater demon's going to attack us while we're recovering here, and then we'll just fight them. Slanesh has, like, big AP, right? They're just all AP. No ranged, not to speak of. They have, like, a little bit now. They added in some crossbow things that didn't used to exist. Bunch of Keepers of Secrets. That could be interesting. Yeah, we're gonna do the fight, because this is actually, you know, these might actually be able to put up a fight against me, right? You know, these might be actually able to get to the... Oh, no. Somehow he got taken down to 500 hit points? What? Alright, I'm not doing the fight, actually. Alright. I was like, I was gonna do it, but like, look, if the auto-resolve is gonna make me fight with 1 hit point, I don't even know how that happened. I guess the auto could have taken... Well, yeah, that auto did make me lose a lot. I guess since we are, like, you know, a mammoth, it thinks that we can be shot. Also, of course, once you get enough damage, it lands it as 1.1k rather than 1,000. Always feels good to break over that point. Yeah, it definitely looks like old Balthazar Gelt is totally subsumed by T'Challa's corruption here. Just like underneath it like a tectonic plate. Well, too bad for him. Oh, we've gone too high in attention. Gotta chill.
Despoil, ravage, to the slow.
Yeah, alright. Another altar.
Overrun the world.
After all, with all these altars in the workings. She shows up and steals my port away. Outrageous. But hopefully, like, some of this Cathay hero block will, you know, get taken out by my friends. If I was more responsible, I would be doing that actively, right? I would be, I'd have my heroes trying to take care of their heroes. Like, right there, we're really seeing what the weaknesses of this build are, right? Which is that these guys will, like, wound us, and then we won't be able to put Humpty Dumpty back together. But at least here, that guy's got huge movement. Alright, so this is one of our old dudes, and he fills up the army again. So it's okay. Because now, outside of the rich lands that they would have spent all their time leveling up, and, you know, and it's only one faction, which is so much worse for the AI when they confederate like this. Because otherwise they would have had, you know, their two factions, their two bonuses, their two cheating things, you know, their two different priorities. But instead, they don't get to get away with any of that. We're just gonna, yeah, we gotta take the sack here for 40k. Accursed armor revealed, makes you slower, gives you 200 armor. We're not gonna wear it. We could. It would make him super slow. It's not worth it. With 20,000 hit points, you don't even need the armor, right? What's gonna do that much to you? All right, 6 altars to go. We are well on pace.
I sir. Yes, sir. Decapitate.
The auguries set.
Well, I was thinking about it in the campaign video, but now I'm thinking we can just push through and get a long victory in this video. I totally see the path to it now, right? Like, with these armies going, with how quickly we're sweeping over the land, and my pure confidence in our ability of the Hero Corps to win the final battle, whatever it is, we'll be good to go. They run so far, but it's all fine. Oh, what a mammoth. What a mammoth, what a mammoth, what a mammoth. We get like 8k in post-battle loot. The post-battle loot you get is its own brand of wonderful here, right? Do the ogres love us now? The ogres love us now. The ogres like us now. We're friendly. Close enough to love.
Enslave the Southerners. I hear you. Fine.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling over them. There's no point in beating around the old bush here. It's so crazy. You can just reach out and raise a settlement. It's really good. You can even do it when you're not at war. Like, just think, bam, tier 5 settlement at Altdorf, delete it. Tier 5 dwarf settlement, get rid of it. Carrick H peaks. No, you can't use it there. I won't let you. The idea of taking Carrick 8 peaks by subterfuge. I mean, what are we? Rats? Rat-sized people? It's ridiculous. Everybody knows they don't exist. What about the RUSs? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, how's that? Some respect. Some respect for a trade agreement. Giving me a little bit of money. Yeah. He's forgot all about that brawl we had. Did we even fight him? No, I think we just walked through his lands. He declared war on us, and then we... Yeah. Like, I don't even remember really brawling with him. A little lower replan. That's fine for this.
My mind cannot be turned.
Step by step. Onward to destruction. My prayers are answered.
Okay.
I bring the plague gift. The fly master.
War unceasing. This way.
I answer to a higher power.
And this guy gets like a ton of experience because all of our experience from the main army get shared between all heroes because of Mentor. Which, that's just to lords, not to heroes. So I guess he would have got it all in our amazing extravaganza of the beatdowns. Alright, so we are closer and closer. 25 is the count, 30 is what we need. We are moving ahead, and moreover, we're not really losing anymore as we go. The Chaos Dwarves are being productive. Come to beg? Chow Ming. Oh, I don't think you know where your shoes are at, man, let alone what's going on here. Maybe you worry about yourself before you think I'm coming to peg you for anything, Chow Ming. That ain't what's going on. Did the big green guy with the bell, Chow Ming, make you think that he was like a monk coming to ask for something? A common misconception with the greater demon of Nurgle. They do seem wise.
Enslave the Southerners. Understood. To their
10,000 hit points. Even though he doesn't regenerate, he's still like... You can probably just bring him in the blob, right? Give him a ton more hit points. Huh. Yeah, Berserker's Headband. Deathblow and stuff. And of course, like, Nakai's around here somewhere, but like, look, wherever he is, he can't help him.
I decide when to
What I will say about a Sayl campaign is I feel like it would be hard to do anything except what I did here. I mean, you could fight the Chaos Dwarfs instead of vassalize him, sure, but like, how would you even do a campaign that didn't involve fighting over in this region and then winning it? Huh, well... Yeah, I guess that could be the play. Break in through Cathay, just walk in through the Bastion, bash them here, and then hit a sea lane. It actually would be a lot of fun. I think there's mods to alternate where you start, though, and I would prefer to do that than try that, I think. Sometimes a migration campaign can be a lot of fun, but if there's not like a logical way to make it happen early...
You are nothing to me. All of winter. In time.
Gelt has one place. One? Pathetic. Pathetic. And there's our 30th altar.
You are vital to my
Archie gets a trade agreement. You know, we're about to win the campaign, so I'll take it. All right. It's the final countdown. Ba-da-dum-bum, ba-da-dum-bum-bum. We are ready to roll out. No, we need one more turn to make the army stronger, right? Yeah. I wish I had the Iceforge Legion for this, but, you know, this is still a very Norsca army. Ish. We got blunderbusses. That's a Norscan unit, right?
My prayers are answered. Wilda with me. I triumph.
Right, yeah. Skalderish the Father, get on down there. Good, good, good. Move on the Jew right there, and then we're just gonna keep on moving through here, mainly just to make sure that nobody tries to take an altar while we're switched off. All right. So, is there anything that we want to do to make us stronger before we go? Right. Yeah, we could give our cooldown to spells, which is already cartoonishly low, even lower. Yeah, that's the army buff one, right? That's basically the only army buff one. No, not you. We will gather the winds.
What now?
Our friendship has been bounteous. There shall be
A non-aggression pact in money? I trust her. They got the Heroes of Slaanesh on the Slaanesh snakes now. I hear they're super good, just from like the Total War subreddit. I haven't like seen them in action at all. I haven't watched Turin's tournament that's got these units in it yet. I was gonna watch it today, but then Summoning Salt released his amazing video about his towering accomplishment in Punch-Out history. And other people's along the way. Summoning Salt. You know, I know I was talking about him earlier and complimenting him a lot, but like it's always mind-blowing when you're watching like a YouTuber who's doing like a marvelous video essay on something, and then all of a sudden he's like, and that player's name, and then it's him, and you're like, oh, you're like a real guy. You're like famous. I should have known who you were. Alright, time for the Dark Ritual. Any more manips to do? No, because the Greater Demon thing, we would have to wait another turn for it. Well, no, because we could... Do we drop a Chaos Warrior for... No, we'll keep them. They've been with us this whole time, right? This crew of Chaos Warriors and these blunderbusses, this is our starting Kirstetten. Mazda Savagery did such good work. I've always really liked Norsca. I haven't played them much in 3. I played him a lot in 2. I really liked just playing Throg, even though he wasn't good. So it's great to see their faction absolutely strong. Sayl's abilities are so crazy that it's like playing Tzeentch or something, right? Which makes sense. He's Tzeentch aligned. I think he is. He doesn't have the mark. He doesn't do the magic, but look at him. That's a Tzeentchian sorcerer. It just is. You ain't fooling me. Alright. It is time, then, for the final battle to commence. How do we get there? Here we go. Alright, here it is. The moment of truth. Can I win? I'm going to assume the answer is just yes. I don't know what's going on here. Alright, so we do have an army of each Chaos God. Makes sense, right? So we'll be fighting one of their mortal champions with marauders and such around. And then there'll be more reinforcements, I bet. You know, it's I don't know why it thinks I'm not going to win. I'm sure they'll have some shenanigans, some timey-wimey nonsense. But the fact of the matter is, I've never had an army like this. Maybe I have and I've forgotten. Maybe my Changeling army, where I had like the Sword of Cain and I was Valkia, that was fun. Maybe my Malachi army. Though I am mortal, my sight is something more. Mundane light deceives the eyes of mortals. Chaos reveals to me the truth. I'm a little off of his narrating. Dark magic saturates this place. I can feel it. And so too do the gods. Serpent, eagle, hound. What are these misguided weaklings you have brought forth? Look at these so-called champions. The Nurgle one biles a little bit. They are not compared to the demons and goblins I have tricked into oblivion. It's true. It's all true. Even the strongest among them are weak and late. The ritual has already begun. No matter how they hate me, they will not oppose me. That's right. That's right. You tell them. For the faithless pay homage to no one. No man, no demon, and no God. Destroy the weak. He's got this ability. Causes massive bonus damage when attacking units below 33% health. Didn't know that was a thing. Cool. And of course, we all have all the abilities. .360-degree missile block. Oh, my 186 armored regenerating mammoth with 20,000 hit points is so afraid of what you guys can bring to bear. I mean, it is a lot of guys, sure, but I mean, let's see what they can do when we just swiggity-smoogity all the way in, right? We're going right for the Corn Lord there. Oh, these guys are going to go here onto the Slanesh Lord. Alright, they're trying to go to the trees there. That will be a problem when they go through here, so we're just going to go ahead. Go like so. And we're just going to keep on with the beat down here. Do we chain lightning on this blob? I almost never use this spell. I think this is a good time for it, because we are totally surrounded, so no matter which way it turns, it's going to do a lot. Certainly we can afford the winds of magic. Until, look at, they still haven't dented him. They haven't got through the Sinchian shield. It's only 140. Look at him. Look at them all fall down. He's still got 20,000 hit points. These chumps. These absolute rubes. What do they think they're going to do? Alright, they are making contact, though, with our actual troops. That means we've got to worry about them. After all, nobody cares more about our Chaos Warriors than me. They've always been with us, after all. Metal Ascendancy? What? Has that always been there? The cooldown of this is 1 second. I have 2 second cooldown Thunderbolts because of these abilities and all the interactions between things. That is so funny. Alright, this is... I mean, I guess he's the best spellcaster in the game. Can anybody else get 1 second casts on Wind Blast? Nah, I mean, there's better casters, I know. I'm just doing a little hyperbole. I've actually played the game enough to know that there are some entirely insane things. Oh, we didn't use the globe in time. It's rolling the dice on the winds. And this infantry blob, like, it's so funny that these champions of chaos, these heavy metal warriors, and we're just absolutely demolishing them with our heroes just stuck in the middle of them. It's not very sportsmanlike. It is awesome. This is like the Chaos Dream, right? You develop all of the favor and the power. We're gonna come in here and lay the biggest final transmutation of all time. Oh wow, that's a good one. That is a good one. Every single one of those guys taking the most damage from it. 109 to 219 a second on all of it. Brutal. Absolute devastation. And there you go. A little swarm in there, you know. I can imagine a setup for which this final battle would be rough, but obviously, you know, with an army like ours, really the heroes, just these heroes, man. Oh, and now it's not over. Now we've got some greater demons coming out. Alright, we need to slow it down. But I think they actually are... Yeah, so these greater demons are here, right? But they're already getting totally deleted because of the strength of all of our guys. The sky won't save any of them, right? Yeah, the Exalted Greater Unclean One is already almost entirely dead because of the power of our guys here. Yeah. Insane. They can't... Yeah, that's... Again, I can imagine a situation where these fools would have been able to do something against us, but it's not this army. That's cool. Like, who else is fighting? Oh, he's over here. I'm like, let's... Oh, it's a bloodthirster. That's why we keep breaking off. He goes into the sky and the attack orders get lost unless you fly. Well, we just so happen to have an air force. And this guy, you know, what's he gonna do? There we go. Victory is ours indeed. I jump off of the mammoth for the cutscene, you know. It would have been harder to make it cool when you're on a mammoth. It's hard to make it look like you're supposed to be intimidated when you're on a mammoth. The ritual of demon binding is complete. Are you watching, patrons of chaos? Your servant's weakness is laid bare, my strength revealed at last. Mwahaha! 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 Alright, now... Alright, there we go. I'm like, what now? And the big 1K. 1,000 kills for Sayl. He could have done more. He could have done more. That's my idea of a great final fight, though, right? If we didn't have such a bonkers army, that's one that really would challenge, you know, your build. But of course, our build was already sorted out by there. Because these guys are good, but really it's just all about Sayl. You need the heroes around because they're regenerating sponges. They can, you know, they can deal with the things that are going to crack Sayl. You know, you can send them off like, oh, he's getting hit by, you know, crane gunners, get him on there. Oh, send him there. And they also distract him from getting focused down, but the damage is all from him. Nightmaw's amazing. His spells are so good. We could have, you know, beat 10 armies like that in a row. Feels good. And we win. We get the achievement, The Dark God's Playthings and Immortal Marauders. This is the first Norsca campaign I've actually finished in Warhammer 3. They are one of the factions I think is the coolest. Mammoths, what's not to love? Viking Raider aesthetic, so cool. Love them. It's not the last Norsca campaign we're going to play, but... Ooh-wee. So after you win this, if you want to keep on playing the campaign, you get this trait on him, which gives you greater conduit for spell mastery and recharge, and 40% more range on your spells. And then you also get this Rite of the Faithless trait for the altars give you a Winds of Magic reserve for all armies. That's crazy. Yeah. And the Great Wah is happening. Long victory is achieved. And while we theoretically could stick in to fight the Wah, well, the long victory is achieved. And honestly, I don't think there's anything left that can challenge us in this playthrough, so it feels like a really good time to set it down. There you go. Turn 94. 10 provinces owned. 34 settlements. 420k in the bank. And Sayl the Place, look, I know he's not the strongest, the absolute strongest thing in the game, but through this playthrough, I can't remember feeling stronger. A ward save of 63. 360-degree missile block. 20,000 hit points. A mammoth. Cooldowns of 2 seconds on your spells. Literally 2 seconds on Chain Lightning. When you use the ability. This whole thing. This one here that gives you negative 25 cooldown to all spells. If you've already got a really low cooldown, that's pretty good. But anyway. There we go. I guess it didn't save that we had done the final battle. It's okay. We're not going to come back to this campaign. But there you have it. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. What a fun time. Was it challenging? Not precisely. Once we got the hero core set up, it really rolled. If we would have been using his unique faction mechanics all along, it also would have been easier. But hey, not every campaign has to be hard, right? We did have fights against like Village early on where if we had not won, it was all on the balance, right? There were a couple really, really, really well executed fights before we got strong, crazy strong, and that's also what a Total War campaign can be, right? You know, you've got to win your early challenges, and then you can leverage your human brain for success later, potentially. But anyway, that's all I've got for you right here. What a fun campaign that was. Might start another one up tomorrow, maybe the next day or so. I've got other games that I'm playing. But anyway, that's it for right now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode of Total Warhammer 3. Look, if you were on the fence about buying this campaign, I think it's a blast. It might be too easy, but I mean, you don't have to run so many heroes in the army. You know, look, he's a raid boss. He's bonkers, and some of the stuff you get access to is crazy too. So go nuts, right? Go nuts. I love it. Anyway, I'll see you guys later, I hope. And if not, then I hope you have a wonderful rest of the time on the internet. Actually, oh, it's almost midnight. I might not stream anything else today. But anyway, see you guys.